Hello, everyone. I'm excited that you have decided to spend some time out of your day to join me to talk about 10 things that you need to know for a six-figure Q4 in 2021. 2021 is offering some amazing opportunities for resellers. I can't wait to get into the nitty-gritty with you and share these 10 things with you that I know are going to greatly impact your profits. Some stuff is going to save you money. Some things are going to help you avoid mistakes. But the most of it is just going to be more money in your pocket come the end of December, and set yourself up for a strong January as well. So we're going to cover all of that in this webinar tonight. And so I'm excited about it. I do want to let you know, if you are new to me and you've never heard of me before, I have got a little freebie for you that might help you grow your Amazon business, a free ebook. If you go to fulltimefba.com/seller central tips, this is an ebook that my wife and I put together to help you kind of deal with some of the craziness within Seller Central. We're talking about getting reimbursed for items that Amazon owes you money for, dealing with refunds, correct other Amazon glitches, how to communicate with Amazon so that you actually get results, communicating with the seller support so you can actually get really good help, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So this is a free book just for you for showing up tonight. My Q4 gift to you, because Q4, man, it is so close, and I'm excited about Q4. So this is a free book for you. Be sure to get that link, screenshot this so that you make sure you have the link, but fulltimefba.com/seller central tips. So who in the world am I? Why should you listen to me? This is a picture of me, my wife, my three boys. I have four boys, but my oldest is grown. And so this is a picture of us hanging out in the new Texas Rangers Stadium in Arlington, Texas. We got to play on the field, play catch, and it was a lot of fun. But this is me. But back in 1998 is when I actually first started selling online on eBay. For like 10 years, it was a really fun hobby for me. Got my feet wet when it comes to selling online. But then in 2010, I started to discover selling on Amazon, especially fulfillment by Amazon, where Amazon takes all my inventory, stores it at their fulfillment centers, and when the customer buys it, Amazon takes care of shipping all the inventory to the customer. I loved that because with eBay, I had inventory everywhere, in my garage, underneath the bed, in my closets, in the bathroom. Oh wait, no, maybe not the bathroom, but it was like inventory was everywhere, and it was crazy. But knowing that I can just send all my inventory to Amazon, and that frees me up to be able to just have more space at home, that was awesome. So Amazon FBA 2010 was amazing. I actually started learning about it in 2010, put stuff into action in 2011, and by 2012, Amazon actually awarded me as a top holiday seller. Now, they don't give this award out anymore, but it's a fun little award because it is given to those who finish in the top 25% of sales for the last 3 months of the year. So the holiday selling season, I was able to get just my first full Q4, my first full year selling on Amazon. I was able to be in the top 25% of all Amazon sellers. That's crazy, but it just shows you the potential of how fast you can grow your Amazon business. And that was back in 2012. Things are even better now, and I can't wait to share with you what you can do to make sure you have a six-figure Q4 and potentially be in the top 25% of all Amazon sellers. So in 2013, my wife encouraged me to start a blog, fulltimefba.com, where we help people turn part-time hours into a full-time income, because that's what we do. I only spend part-time hours on my Amazon business. The other hours I work on my blog, and creating books and blog posts and YouTube videos and the Full-Time FBA Show podcast. So I'm only, spending maybe 12 hours a week on my Amazon business, and I have got the rest of my time that I can focus on, my blog and my platform and things like that, putting webinars like this out for you to help you, putting together courses, things like that. And so, I love my job. I love selling on Amazon, and I love coaching people how to sell on Amazon. So that's what we're going to jump into today, and especially Q4. So if you're not listening to our podcast yet, check it out, fulltimefba.com/podcast, and it can be something that can help you. It's a weekly podcast, weekly tips and tricks, stories of successful Amazon sellers. It's really cool. Okay, so let's get into Q4 just to make sure we are all on the same page. What is Q4? It's the last 3 months of the year, October 1st to December 31st. October, November, and December, the last 3 months, the last quarter. And so, when you get to October, sales start to slightly rise. I'm actually starting to experience that in September. Mid-September, my sales actually started to increase beyond what I am used to. October, sales slightly rise a little bit. Come November, sales rise even more. November is awesome. If you've got a lot of inventory and you're just waiting around to send it for Q4, make sure it's at Amazon by November. Sales start ramping up really big in November. And come December, sales are crazy awesome. The first 2 to 3 weeks in December, sales are amazing. Yes, it slows down during the last week of December. That's to be expected. But if you do things right, and I'll show you how, you can actually start and have like a Q4 numbers, Q4 sales in January. That's a whole other topic, but we'll get into a little bit of that today. So I'm gonna get open my drink here, take a little drink, and then we are going to get into some Q4 stuff that's going to rock your world. All right. All right. So let's take a look at the stats. Amazon's Q4 net revenue, all the way back from 2007. So each one of these dots is a different quarter of the year. And so as you can see, every time Q4 comes, Amazon's profit net revenue spikes. And so it's pretty awesome. And it's been pretty consistent until 2020 and 2021, when it just like has exploded exponentially. And these numbers over here on the side, these are revenue in billions of dollars. That's billions with a B. And so, this report right here only goes to Q1 of 21, but you can see, here's 2019, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q1, whoa, Q2 of 2020 was actually greater than the previous year's Q4. That's just amazing. That's never happened. You can see in the past, the Q1, 2s, and 3s of the following year were never greater than the Q4 before. But because 2020 happened and more people stayed home buying stuff online and buying it from Amazon specifically, man, Q2 brought in more revenue than the previous year's Q4. Q3, even more revenue. And of course, Q4 of 2020 spiked huge. And then Q1 of 2021 was even, just a huge number. So it's like, it's almost like a hockey stick where it's just a little bit and then boom, it just like, right, just huge increase. And that is because more people were shopping on Amazon and less people were shopping in stores. More people who had never bought online, never purchased anything on Amazon before, finally did it for the first time. And so the increase in sales because of the increase in customers. And now more and more people trust Amazon, trust buying from Amazon, and are going to continue to buy from Amazon. There's no going back. Yeah, I mean, people are still going back to retail stores now, since there's people who are vaccinated and people are wearing masks and being smart and protecting each other. But there are people doing retail stores, but a ton of people have learned the convenience of buying from home, how easy it is to get something next day or second day, even same day sometimes. So this is not going to go back. This is only going to continue to increase. And so that's why, I can see Q4 of 2021 being in this 150 billion revenue section. And so who's making money? Amazon's making money. But guess who else is making money? Third-party sellers like you and me who provide inventory to Amazon. So knowing this, we're going to jump into the 10 things you need to know to have a six-figure Q4. And number one might be number one on the list. It might be the most important. So if you're watching the ball game while you're listening to this, if you're scrolling through your phone while you're listening to this, just stop and pay attention to this part. This might be the most important thing you hear all night. The other tips are going to be important too, and going to set you up for a successful Q4 and even Q1 of next year. But listen to this. Number one tip, stock up your inventory wisely. 2021 might be the year of the sold out toys. There is something going on that toy manufacturers are scared to death and retail stores are scared to death. Because of global supply chain issues, it is very possible that the supply of items for 2021, especially toys, might not meet the demand that is going to come because of 2021 on Amazon. So there is an opportunity for you to stock up now. If you have the capital to stock up on inventory to send into Amazon October, November, and December, now is probably a good time. And I'll tell you why. There's an article, High Stakes Christmas Looms as Surging Toy Demand Meets Supply Chain Snarls. I actually printed out this article, and this is an article that was released just a few days ago, talking about how there are many toy companies and retail stores that are potentially worried about being sold out of popular items, sold out of staples when it comes to toys come November, and that maybe after November, some of these items might be impossible to find in stores. This is how things are being projected right now. The article says, with demand for toys at an all-time high, U.S. suppliers and retailers are racing to outrun severe air, sea, and land shipping snarls. So Santa has a mountain of dolls and scooters and video games to deliver at Christmas. They want to make sure Santa, we're Santa when it comes to selling on Amazon. We are the toy suppliers. Yes, some brands are also supplying toys to Amazon to sell, but when it comes to especially toys during Q4, we are Santa. And yeah, so the article goes on and says that MGA, Kids 2, and Funko, all toy manufacturers, said that they are using pricey cargo planes, shipping routes to new seaports, and asking retailers like Target and Walmart to do their own shipping. So it's like there's just a lot of shipping issues that are causing items to get here slower. And if these companies are using cargo planes instead of the big shipping barges, that means less inventory that they're able to travel, and it's more expensive too. A CEO of MGA, which is a toy manufacturer, says there is more demand than we can supply. Mattel said in July that its supplies were disrupted when COVID-19 related temporary port and plant shutdowns worsened shipping container storages. And so it's like Mattel is worried that they're going to be selling out come November, maybe even early December. The article says, while stores currently have healthy stocks of toys right now, that could change as Christmas nears, and shipping disruptions ranging from overbooked cargo cascades are causing extreme problems. We just don't know what's going to happen down the road. One of the CEOs of a toy company said, we've had multiple containers just sitting in Asia. The factories are backed up. This is going to be a really big problem. Most of you know Funko. Maybe some of you sell the Funko Pop bobbleheads and stuff. Demand for Funko Pop bobbleheads is at an all-time high, while supply has never been more constrained, said the CEO, Andrew Perlmutter, who projected that the company, Funko, would sell out of products starting in November. Some products, not all products, but some products are going to sell out during November. And Manhattan Toys, which sells stuffed animals and other toys to Walmart and Target, say that we're just a small company and we're lucky if we're even able to get on certain vessels. So there's just so many problems coming on, which gives you a really great opportunity. There are going to be some items that come late November, early December are going to be impossible to find in a retail store. Now, this means that we have an opportunity. While there's no way to know exactly which items are going to be sold out and unavailable at a retail store, we know that there's two things. Number one, the items that are sold out at retail stores are going to go for a ton of money on Amazon. So the price markup on that is going to be really big. If it's not available in stores, it could be going for 3 to 4 to 5 times as much selling on Amazon. Here's something else. If the popular toys the hot toy lists, if the toys all the kids want to get, if those items are sold out at retail stores, parents are still going to spend their money on other toys, which means toys that are currently very high ranked might start selling because the parents still want to get their kids toys. They still want to get their kids lots of toys. And so that also gives us an opportunity that some items that might sell slower because they're not as popular will become a lot faster sellers because there's going to be people just like looking for something. They're going to see items like imagine if you go to Amazon and you search, as an example, Funko Pop. You look Funko Pop bobblehead. You know, if you look right now, you might find, you know, items on page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6 when you're looking through the search results. But maybe come November and early December, pages 1 through 4 are all sold out. And when Amazon has an item that's sold out, they suppress it from the searches. So items that are now on page 5 through 10 are now going to be the ones on page 1 through 5. Hopefully that makes sense. It basically means that the sold out items that people can't find in retail stores, if some people can find it, they're going to go for a lot. But even if they are not able to find those, other items that they are able to find are probably going to be more profitable and sell a lot faster than usually they would in the past. So there's a lot of different ways that you can, you know, make a good decision and learn from this to prepare. Right now, I'm starting to stock up. If you have the capital, the ability to put money into inventory, to hold on to it for a month and a half or so, buying it now and holding on to it for a month and a half might not be a bad idea. In fact, that's what I'm doing for some items. There's some items that I'm buying right now that I'm just going to send in a month or two. Now, if you, on the other hand, have an Amazon business where you are like you're going disbursement to disbursement, and you only have a small amount of money to invest in inventory until your next disbursement, then my plan for you, you know, suggestion for you is to focus mostly on sitting in inventory that's going to sell quickly. But if you do have extra money available to you, look into buying inventory that you can hold on to for a month and a half or two to send in later. It might really help you out in the long run. So this means that stores might be selling out of some inventory items before shippers are done with their holiday shopping. So many possible strategies to make most of this reselling opportunity. I've just shared them with you. And so this is big. This could help you make a ton of money selling on Amazon during Q4 if you're able to stock up. Like what I would do if I were you, and what I'm doing, I am stocking up on inventory items that I know have an amazing sales rank. And right now, I would just be breaking even. I wouldn't be making any money if it sells right now, because my prediction is that most of those items are going to, you know, increase in price as things sell out. You know, so I'm focusing on that. The good thing is most of the time at Q4, prices usually only go up during Q4. So if you're able to buy inventory right now that you can break even on and just hold on to that now until a month or two from now when you can send it in and make money, and worst case scenario, break even on it, that's a good strategy. Or when you're outsourcing and you find inventory that you're like, oh, this has a higher than usual sales rank that I'm not used to buying right now, but maybe it'll sell really well during Q4 when other stuff is sold out. So some strategies to think about, make some good decisions. Don't go into debt or borrow money to buy any of this. I don't suggest that at all, but stock up wisely because 2021 might be the year of the sold out toy. So that's my tip number one on how to have a 6-figure Q4 in 2021. All right. Tip number 2, look in your own sales history for BOLOs to be looking out for. BOLO stands for be on the lookout. These are items that you are going to be looking at in every retail store, online store that you're looking for. You can actually look in your own sales history for items that sold well during Q4 last year or Q4 anytime in the past before that, and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that item. Maybe this item's going to be a good seller this year too. Let me show you how to do that. You look at your Q4 sales from last year and find out what your big sellers were. So make a list of those items during Q4 and go find those items. And here is exactly how to do that. You go to sellercentral.com you log in to your account. When you are there, you go to reports, click on reports, and go down to business reports. After you click on business reports, that opens up this area where you can search and see what your sales history is by ASIN. So we're going to look at the detail page sales and traffic numbers by ASIN. So we're going to click on that, and then we're going to change the dates. We're going to make a business report and run that. So we change that by going back to October 2020 and click on 1 for October 1st. And then on this one, we can go back to December 2020 and click on December 31st. So that's going to be Q4. So I've got Q4 of last year, and then it's going to give you a ton of information. You can scroll all the way to the right and see a ton of information. What I like to do is click on the show hide columns section and then get rid of a lot of stuff that I don't want to see, so that I actually see the column units ordered. And then I sort the units ordered from most to least. If you're lost, you're like, Steven, slow down, I'm trying to write this down. Don't worry, you're going to get a replay of this webinar sent to you sometime late tonight or tomorrow. So you'll be looking for that and you can watch the replay. And so you can see last year in 2020, during Q4, I sold 237 of this particular item. I sold 191 of this particular item, 147 of this particular item. So these are the items that I know I want to go back and find some more, see if I can find more of this particular item. Maybe I bought at retail price at a certain store. Most of the items that you sell multiples of, people are buying retail price. It's hard to get multiples of clearance very often. Sometimes you can, but these items might still be at the store, or you can go and look online to see if it might be being sold online at another store. Like maybe you got a certain item from Target, and so, but Target doesn't carry that item anymore. But you can go online and search, and maybe another website, maybe Kohl's is selling it now, or maybe Walmart is selling it now, or some other website is selling that particular item, and you can see what the cost is, compare it to the current selling price on Amazon right now, and you can go and find BOLOs right there within your own inventory. So these are the items that sold well Q4 last year. You can change these dates to be whatever you want. You can look at Q4 for 2019, 2018. You can look at like your entire, maybe you just started selling this year. Well, put this as a January 1st, 2021 to today, run your report and see what, maybe there was an item that you sold a ton in February and March that you completely forgot about. I bet you it's going to be still be able to find it, still going to be a profitable seller, and still be able to get it and be still profitable now. In fact, it might be even more profitable coming into Q4. So that is something that is amazing that I want you to look into. All right. So as we're going through these 10 things that will help you have a six-figure Q4, I want you to know we're going to be doing some giveaways. We're actually going to do 3 giveaways, and one of them is right now. So one giveaway we're going to do, we're going to give away, number one, I'm just going to pick a winner chosen from the live audience. So way to go for those of you who showed up live. You have an opportunity to win, and I'm going to pick a winner. What we're going to be giving away right now is Amazon FBA Seller Calendar put together by Joanne Zimmerman. This is a booklet. I think Amazon sales page says that it's got about 162 pages. It's got the calendar broken up into like, the blocks where it's got, every day of the week blocked out. It has pages for every day of the week that you can write down what your goals are, what you want to do, what your wins are, what your losses are. The cool thing about the calendar, it also has like on the actual dates, it'll say, this is the date that you should probably have your taxes in, or this is the date when Amazon runs their long-term storage fees, or this is the date when, whatever type of warnings that you might have, this type of booklet calendar is going to be really good for you to see. So I'm going to give away a copy of this. If you want to get it for yourself, you can find it at that link down there, fulltimefba.com/seller calendar. And that will take you to the Amazon sales page. You can get one of these for yourself. It's all set up for 2022, and it's pretty awesome. So what I'm going to do is look at our live audience members, and I'm just going to randomly pick a person that I see here to win a copy of this. All right, so the person who wins is Katie Martin. So Katie Martin, reach out to me. You can go to fulltimefba.com/contact and say, hey, I'm Katie Martin and I won this. We'll be sure to get one to you very soon, definitely in time for 2022. So yeah, Katie Martin, congratulations. Just reach out to me. If you're on Facebook, you can find me there too, and message me there. But this is something that can be really good because it's those who plan ahead who are going to succeed. It's those who look back over what they've done in the past, remember what was successful, what needed learning from, and those people are going to be ones who succeed. So this is a really great opportunity, this Amazon FBA seller calendar. All right, so we talked about 2 tips so far. Number 1, 2021 might be the year of the sold out toy. It's time to stock up. It's going to be awesome. Tip number 2, you can find BOLOs, items to be on the lookout for within your own inventory history. I showed you exactly how to do that. Tip number 3, use the hot toy lists that stores put out, but don't necessarily buy the hot toys. So stores, even Amazon, they come out with a hot toy list, the items that they think are going to be the most popular. And so for these particular items, they're going to put out these hot toys. But usually in a normal year, the hot toys are not the items that you want to be purchasing to sell on Amazon. Why is that? Because most of the time, if a store expects a toy to be hot, then they will be very well stocked for that toy. They're going to be buying more inventory than usual. There is a possible exception this year, 2021, because again, they might have put in an order for a certain number of these hot toys, but maybe that order was not able to be fulfilled in the number that it was ordered. So people are doing their best to make these toys, to manufacture these toys, to get these toys to the States. So it is possible that this year and this year alone, the hot toys might actually be a really good reseller. But usually, most years, hot toys are not something, because most stores are going to have plenty of the hot toys in stock. Instead, one of my favorite ways, which is a whole lot more affordable and better in the long run, is to look for accessories or items related to the projected hot toy. Usually the hot toy is going to be an expensive item. It's going to be something within the $20 to $200 range. But accessories for those toys are anywhere from like $3 to $15, a whole lot more accessible for us to go deep on a purchase, to find it. So how do you know about accessories for hot toys? Well, a few years ago, VTech put together this GoGo Smart Animals Zoo Explorers playset. And so it came with one little rhinoceros, and it was this thing that they put together. Kids can, put this together, and there's all these different animals that say different things, and it has different music. And so this is like the playset was what you're purchasing, and you get one animal, but you can buy separately the monkey, the panda, the lamb, the cow, the chicken, the elephant, all these other ones you can buy separately. And sometimes there are certain accessories that either become more popular than the other accessories and everyone wants them, or maybe they're a short print, which means the manufacturer made more of most of the accessories, but they made a smaller number called a short print of another accessory. So the year that the GoGo Smart Animals Zoo Explorers playset came out, I sold almost all of these individual accessories, and probably made about $4 or $5 on each of them. But the monkey was one that I was able to purchase for about $5 or $6, and it was selling on Amazon for about $30 to $40 because it was a short print. It was harder to find, but I went to every single store that I could, purchased as many monkeys as possible. The only thing is you can't turn them off, and if you accidentally push the button on the top of their head, they start singing, and if you accidentally roll them across the floor, they start singing, and it can be annoying. I had to convince myself this is the sound of money. This is the sound of profits. It's an annoying sound that little kids love, but it's something that really worked out. So in November and December, I was selling all these animals and making $4 or $5 on each of them. But the monkey, I was making $30 on each one of those. It was amazing. So when you are out looking, don't just look at the hot toy check out the accessories connected to the hot toy. This is also a really great tip for post-holiday season sales, because what happens when the kid gets this, Zookeeper's playset for Christmas, and they get one little rhino, and maybe their parent bought them an elephant or a giraffe or whatever. They're going to want more, and so those items continue to sell even after Christmas and into January because they're really good accessories. So check those hot toys accessories and load up on those. Those are going to be awesome. All right, I want to show you some strategies and tips on how to find more hot toys, because how do you find the actual items that are hard to find? How can you know ahead of time what item is going to be a hard to find toy during Q4? Well, there's a couple different strategies. Here's how to discover the hard to find toys. Number one, clearance might be a way to do it. Stores trying to get rid of it, and so that makes it hard to find because it's not available in stores, and this is like the last chance place. So clearance might be, but most of the time clearance is not the actual place to go. The best way to find a hard to find toy is to kind of read the room. And by reading the room, I mean look at the shelves and kind of see what's going on. Say you come up against these little toys and you see, oh, there's all these different types of toys and different types of colors and stuff, but there's a space missing. If there's a space missing on the shelves, try to find out which variation, which item was that particular item, and see if you can find it in a different store. There's all sort of, if you go to a retail store and you see an empty shelf of a particular item, that is a clue that that's going to be a hard to find toy, because they're sold out of it and they haven't had time to restock. Usually stores will restock when stock levels are getting low. You don't wait to restock when it's sold out, because they don't ever want to be sold out. They always want to have inventory. So the stores will reorder when stock levels are running low. And so if you start seeing empty store shelves, then that's probably going to be a hot toy, a hard to find toy. So if you're at one Target and you see this little space missing, or one Walmart and you see something missing, see if you can figure out what it is. Sometimes Walmart will even have the little sticker telling you exactly what it is, and then search for that particular item at other Walmarts or other stores. Here's another strategy. This is also reading the room. This is How to Train Your Dragon. This is a picture of How to Train Your Dragon little toys. Excuse me. And you're looking at this end cap, and there's all these different kind of characters and stuff. But what stands out to you about this end cap? Well, there's plenty of light blue and plenty of red and plenty of black ones. So there's only one white one. This white one was a short print that year. And so I knew, even without the empty space, that this particular short print was going to be the hard to find toy. And sure enough, the white dragon was so hard to find that year because they didn't make as many of them. They made more of the blue ones and red ones and black ones, but the white one they didn't make very much. And so even when a section is fully stocked, you can still kind of look and see which one is the short print. Now, is this a guarantee that it's going to happen every time that the short print's going to be a profitable item? No, that's not a guarantee, but it's at least something that triggers you to look to try to see for yourself and look on Scoutify sourcing app or the Amazon seller app to see what it's being sold for, how much profit is. And even if if I go to two Walmarts and I find that they both just have short prints for the white dragon, then I know, okay, this is going to be hard to find. I'm going to go ahead and stock up now. Even if it's not profitable right now, I will stock up on that right now. So that's how you can find hard to find toys. Another great opportunity that will help you find more toys to sell on Amazon is getting involved in a deal list subscription. I'll run through a few of them real quick. These are going to be inventory Q4 boosters. And so Q4 inventory boosters, there's Amazon FBA insiders if you're looking for online arbitrage leads. There's a monthly fee, but you get lists in your inbox every day, fulltimefba.com/OA leads. If you're more leaning toward retail arbitrage, they have a list for that as well. Monthly fee, fulltimefba.com/RA leads. And all of these leads lists, deal lists, I will have on my link, fulltimefba.com/deal lists, and you can look and compare, see which one And there's more information that kind of breaks down, like, what kind of minimum ROI or sales rank requirements or categories that they are in. You can get all that information, fulltimefba.com/deal lists. There's also one of my favorites, Rabbit Hole Riches. This is one of the best lists that I've seen. You can go to fulltimefba.com/rabbithole1 or fulltimefba.com/rabbithole2. That's a weekly list. It's a cost a monthly fee to get leads in your inbox every week. It sells out quickly, so you wanted to make sure you take a look at it and take advantage of that if there are any available. There's also Bolo Mart. Bolo Mart doesn't necessarily send leads to your inbox, but is a Facebook group where people share leads that they found. They say, hey, I just found this in Walmart. And one of the things I love about Bolo Mart being a Facebook group is that you can actually search by store. Like I can walk into a Target, go to Bolo Mart, search for Target, and look at the most recent listings or posts in the group and say, and make my own little buy list to go buy stuff at Target. So Bolo Mart is awesome, fulltimefba.com/Bolo Mart. Again, if you've missed any of the links that I've shared, you can get them all, fulltimefba.com/deal lists. That is our full list, including a few other ones that I use and recommend checking out. So look at that at your convenience. All right, that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, to have an awesome, amazing 6-figure Q4, you can save up to 25% using discounted gift cards. Sites like Raise, you can buy discounted gift cards to use while you're sourcing. So you go to fulltimefba.com/raise, and you can say, okay, you know what? I'm going to go to target.com, or I'm going to go to Walmart in-store or whatever, and you can go find out how you can buy a gift card on Raise that's discounted. So like sometimes you can get a $50 gift card for $40 or $100 gift cards for $85. There's different types. At different times, the percentages differ of the amount of discount that you get. That's like free money. If you're going to go to Walmart anyway, you might as well go to raise.com and buy a Walmart gift card, buy a $100 gift card for $92. That's $8 in your pocket. It doesn't cost you any more. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. So that gives you more money to save because you're buying the discounted gift card. So that means more money to use to buy inventory. So it's a no-brainer. Just be sure when you do buy a gift card on Raise that you make sure if you're going to use it for retail arbitrage, excuse me, if you're going to use it in retail stores or online stores or both, because some gift cards are only good online, some gift cards are only good in stores. Most gift cards are good for both, but you do want to read the fine print real quick and make sure that you know. You also need to look in to see how it will be delivered. Are you going to get a gift card, a plastic gift card mailed to you, or are you going to get a gift card you can print out? So be sure you look into those to make sure that you're getting what you're looking for. Because I'm like, sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I'm going to go to Walgreens to buy some inventory, search for inventory. I don't want to go to raise.com and get a Walgreens gift card that will be delivered to me a day or two later in the mail. No, I want to get one I can download that day and just print out the code and give it to the cashier so I can save some money. So save up to 20% off using discount gift cards. All right, that's tip number 4. Tip number 5 is a big one a lot of people don't think about. Stock up on your supplies. Make sure you got enough tape, a tape gun, you got boxes, you got printer ink, you have chocolate. All of those are necessary supplies for a successful Q4. You want to make sure you stock up on those. There's nothing worse than, if you're not outsourcing to a prep center, there's nothing worse than buying a bunch of inventory and not having the boxes to send it out. Because during Q4, you want to get your inventory to Amazon as fast as possible. You don't want to have to waste time going to the store and getting boxes or whatever. There's also rumors about a potential paper shortage. They're already talking about shortages when it comes to paper, so that includes cardboard. So you want to stock up on some of those just in case there is a cardboard shortage sometime soon. So, so that's tip number 5. Tip number 6, adjust your understanding of sales rank during Q4. During Q4, the sales velocity on most items increases exponentially. And this is really big because an item that usually has a mediocre sales rank during the first 9 months of the year, come Q4, because of the demand, because of other items being sold out, Items that have higher sales ranks might sell a lot faster during the year. Here's an example. This is a Keepa graph. So I got a frog in my throat. This is a Keepa graph for the second edition of Disney's Seen It DVD game. And you can see what I love about Keepa is that it tracks the sales rank and pricing history of almost every item on Amazon. Here's a quick little Keepa tutorial. On the left side, you got the price. We got from 0 to 140. On the right side, we got the sales rank from 0 to 300,000. This item is a toy. It's in the toys and games category. And then I have looked at the last year. Usually the Keepa default is to look at the last 3 months. I've changed it to look at the last year. So I've got the last 12 months. And you can see around Q4, what happens to the sales rank? Sales rank increases. So usually in the year, the average sales rank, if you were to pick like an average sales rank number, the average would be around 155,000. But during Q4, the average got to be about 90 or 80,000. So when you're out looking for inventory, items that have this higher sales rank averages increase really, really well. My wife calls it the Christmas smile. Why is that? Because there's just this nice little dip down here, and it just looks like the sales rank is smiling at us, because the green lines going up and down are the sales rank. Every time the sales rank improves from a high number to a low number means at least one sale. So that's happening a lot right here, and it's causing this Christmas smile. And so that's Q4 of 2020 with the Christmas smile. I can actually change it and look at the entire history. This particular item has over 3,000 days of information to look at, and you can look at and you can see every Q4 there's a Christmas smile in every Q4, and so it shows you that items that might not sell very well the rest of the year are going to sell really well during Q4. So how does this mean adjusting your sales rank expectations and understanding about sales rank? Well, like I said, during Q4, sales velocity, most items increases exponentially, so expand your sourcing parameters. When you usually are, especially going into Q4 in October too, if you usually buy your toys and you're like, I'm going to only buy toys that have an average sales rank under 150,000, you're going to be missing out on a lot of inventory that's going to still sell well. It just hasn't started selling well yet. So expand your sourcing parameters. Example, toy rank 200,000 might sell once a week during January or October, but might sell once a day during late November, early December. Same sales rank, different sales rank velocity. So that's something to think about. All right, we got another Q4 webinar giveaway for you. This is our second one. We're going to do 3. This one we're going to be giving away the Amazon FBA Super Sourcing Sheet, brought to you by Joanne Zimmerman. You can find it on yourself, fultonfba.com/supersourcing, and it's going to be a question. So get your fingers ready on the keyboard, put down your drink, run over to the keyboard. We're going to do this. I'm going to ask you a question, and you can answer it as soon as you can. The first person who answers this question is going to get this Amazon FBA Super Sourcing Sheet. It is a spreadsheet with breaking down over 500 online sources to find inventory. And this list is expanding all the time. So over 500 links to the sales pages and all the stuff that you need. So I'm gonna ask a question, and whoever answers it first wins it. So the question is, what is the third month of Q4? All right, so I'm waiting to see what people say. And the answer, of course, is December. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the last name correctly, but Michelle Hiroru, I totally messed that up. I'm sorry, Michelle. I'm sure you get that all the time. But Michelle H., you have won this. So reach out to me, fultonfba.com/contact, or find me on Facebook and send me a message, and I will get you the coupon code where you can purchase this for free. Anyone else, if you're interested in purchasing this, again, online sourcing tool, over 500 online stores that you can be purchasing from, finding inventory. It's really, really good. So I'm worried about a few of you because some of you answered October or January or whatever. So so yes, woohoo, says Michelle. I see in the comments there. All right, good. So that's giveaway number 2. We have one more giveaway coming up, and we are 6 ways through our 10 things you need to know for a 6-figure Q4. Let's jump into number 7. Ship your inventory to Amazon as soon as possible. This is key. Inventory not on Amazon is not going to make you any money. The faster you send your inventory in, the faster it could sell. I mean, even if you want to do the whole buy and hold strategy, where you buy right now but not send it in to Amazon until November or so, that might even sell. I mean, you can price it at a higher price, send it to Amazon. Yeah, you're going to have Q4 storage, which is about 4 times as much as the rest of the year storage. So that's kind of give or take, but having it out of your house and being stored in Amazon might be really good. The faster your items sell, the faster you can reinvest that capital into more profitable inventory. So just ship it to Amazon as soon as possible. I highly recommend that. If you have inventory at your house, in fact, I'm even looking at a shelf in my own office area that has inventory that I need to send in. So I'm going to take my own advice. Ship it to Amazon as soon as possible, because it's not making money sitting on a shelf. I mean, I've got used stuff and collectible stuff that I need to send into Amazon, and that will help you. Because another tip, because a lot of the new inventory items might be selling out on Amazon come November and December, that means more people are going to be buying collectible like new, or collectible very good, or used like good, or used very good. So if you even have used or collectible stuff, if you're approved to sell it on Amazon, send it to Amazon as soon as possible and get that Q4 snowball going. I mean, what is the Q4 snowball? You source the inventory, you send it to Amazon, it sells, you get paid, you put that money back into more inventory, send it to Amazon, it sells, you get paid, and you just, it's like a snowball. It starts off really small at the top of the mountain, but as you continue to sell that inventory, send it to Amazon and sell it and send more and buy more, it is something that could really, really grow, especially in 2021. So that's tip number 7. Tip number 8, price and reprice wisely. Don't lower your prices yet. There's some people who are like, oh no, I need to lower my prices to get some sales. I mean, I would wait if I were you. If you don't have automatic pricing set up, you might, and you're manually pricing, don't lower your prices yet. You might even want to raise prices on some items so you can get some more capital when it sells, because prices always go up, almost always go up during Q4. Double check your prices when inventory goes live in late November and December. What do I mean by that? Say you have inventory you're sending in, November 15th or November 16th. You send it to Amazon, check your prices, because most people price their inventory items when they're creating the shipment, but it ends up arriving in Amazon like a week or so later. And in that week, prices could have gone up a lot. So if you are not automatically repricing your inventory, double check your pricing the moment it goes live on Amazon. So you could price it at like $25 November 15th. It finally shows up at Amazon November 22nd, and the price is increased by $20, but you still have it priced from a week ago. And so you miss out on that profit. So always double check their prices when it goes live, because you want to make sure that you can make good choices for your inventory and your prices. That's why it's the sec up. That is why I suggest to everyone setting up a automatic repricer. But if you're still doing manual repricing, when you check your sales, one of my addictions during Q4 is checking my sales. Anyone else? Check it like once an hour, every 30 minutes, refresh, seeing those sales come in. We'll start to realize if all of a sudden you get a bunch of sales of the exact same item. Maybe you've gone deep on a purchase and you're like, oh my gosh, I just sold 10 of these items of this toy in the last 30 minutes. Double check to see what you're priced at. Maybe you are priced way too low and you need to raise your price. You'll still get the sales, but at a higher price later. So pay attention to that. And if you do not have an automatic repricer, I highly recommend it. Manually repricing, especially during Q4, requires a lot more work, a lot more tweaks, a lot more updating, a lot more time and energy, and and you miss out on profits. But have everything done automatically for you, man, your price is always optimized. It is always competitive. It is always going up, especially with my own repricing rules. If you go to FulsomFBA.com/becool, you can get a 2-week free trial with BeCool. And if you go to FulsomFBA.com/becoolreview, you'll get a detailed explanation on why I love it and how to get for free my own repricing rules that doubled my inventory the very first time doubled my profits the very first time I used BeCool. So if you want more price competitiveness, if you want more profits, I highly recommend BeCool, and I have a way I will give you my repricing rules that you can set it up during your 2-week free trial and basically pay for your repricing setup. Like, I use the lowest pricing Repricer package, and it's amazing. I love it. So BeCool, check it out, FulsomFBA.com/becool review to learn how to get my own repricing strategies. You just type in and do exactly like I give you a printout of what my screen looks like, and while you're updating your pricing rules and strategies, because there's thousands and thousands and thousands of variations of how you can set up your own repricing rules. I'll show you what works for me, and in like 5 or 6 minutes you can have it set up and be done, and have your items optimally priced and always competitive. And a lot of people worry that a repricer just lowers price. It does, but it also increases price. When your competition sells out at a lower price, it will. If you haven't sold yours, then it will raise your price. I've had prices go up all the time, and I love it. And it might lower your price, but how much? I mean, would you rather lose a few pennies and get a sale today, or hold your price and maybe it takes weeks before the price recovers and you get a sale? I want to sell my stuff fast. Check out BeCool. It's amazing. So that's tip number 8. We're getting close to the end. We're gonna have another giveaway. We're gonna do some Q&A. It's gonna be good. Number 9, consider merchant fulfilling smaller, lighter items this year. Amazon is expected not to be ready for Q4's demand this year. And Amazon has done something that, well, we'll get to that in just a second. December 10th might be an order by date for standard orders to be guaranteed to arrive by Christmas. Slow UPS or Amazon or USPS shipping might cause people to need to purchase their items earlier this year to get guaranteed arrival time by for FBA by Christmas. And so in that window between December 10th and a few days before Christmas gives you an opportunity to sell smaller line items via merchant fulfilled. Merchant fulfilled means that you're not sending it to Amazon FBA. Amazon is not fulfilling the orders. You have the inventory at your house or workspace, and you are fulfilling those orders yourself. And it's a good opportunity, especially with smaller and lighter items. Now, here is something that I find absolutely fascinating. Almost every year in the last 5 or 6 years, Amazon has required approval to merchant fulfill toys in Q4. You get an email, something like this, where if you want to be approved to sell toys between November 2nd and January 3rd, you need to have all these different types of criteria. You need to sell merchant fulfilled items and do it at least 25 times. You have really great seller metrics. FBA has always been approved, but if you want to merchant fulfill, you need to be approved. If you wanted to seller fulfill, merchant fulfill, that's kind of the same wording, means the same thing. You have to be approved. 2021 is the first year that Amazon has not required this approval because they know their stock levels are going to go low and they need as many sellers, including merchant fulfilled sellers, as possible. So if you have never sold merchant fulfilled toys during Q4 in the past because you just never got approved or it wasn't your thing, this might be the year to decide to do it, and it could be a game changer. So this approval process is not necessary anymore. Amazon has not asked for this, and so consider selling merchant fulfilled smaller light items because merchant fulfilled in Q4 is open to all sellers for 2021. Unless Amazon sends out some weird email, that says something differently sometime soon. But usually July and August is when they start warning people about this particular approval process. And they didn't do it this year because Amazon knows they need as many third-party sellers as possible to meet the demand that's coming. So they're not asking for people to be approved anymore, so anyone can do it. If you are interested in learning how to merchant fulfill and you never have, because there's a right and a wrong way to merchant fulfill, there's a course my friend Jessica LaRue put together. Check it out, fulltimefba.com/MF. You can save 20% off with the code FT20. So merchant fulfilling could be a big money maker. I say smaller and lighter items because it's easier to ship smaller and lighter items and make a good profit when it comes to merchant fulfilled. All right, so that's tip number 9. Tip number 10, this is what's going to help you set up a January that is successful. Don't stop sending inventory to Amazon. If you continue to find inventory that's profitable, continue to send it into Amazon. Because yeah, December sales slows down around Christmas Eve. Almost no sales on Christmas Day. Sales start to pick up in a few days, and it's almost back to normal by the time New Year's. I mean, people have Amazon gift cards they got for Christmas, so they are buying stuff on Amazon with these gift cards. People are like, I didn't get what I really wanted, so I'm going to go buy it for myself. So they go buy stuff on Amazon. You got the hot toy that the kids got that they need all the accessories now for. You know, so many different things. One kid sees what someone else got for Christmas, and they're like, I want that too. And so they're like, Mommy, I want that, you know. And so the kids get more toys, and so it's like, but if you don't have inventory in Amazon after Christmas, then they're not going to buy it from you. They're going to buy it from somebody else. So don't stop sending inventory to Amazon just because it slows down during the week of Christmas. So continue to go on, continue to push forward. Now, don't push yourself, ragged. You don't want to sacrifice things that are important, and because you're sending in a shipment on Christmas Eve. No, that's not what to do. Just as a general guide, when you're back doing your work, don't stop sending inventory to Amazon. A lot of people push the pedal to the metal all the way, push hard for Q4, and then when Christmas comes, they'll kind of like take a break and take it easy. That's an option. You can do that if you want to. Just know if you want to have an amazing January, then continue to send inventory to Amazon. I have a bonus tip for you. I want to make sure, don't forget what is most important. While we strive to get a 6-figure Q4 in 2021, don't forget what's most important. Make sure your family is put first in everything. Don't ever put your family in a position to wonder if Amazon's more important than them. Make sure you connect with the meaning of the holiday season. November and December have some amazing holidays, amazing religious holidays for different faiths. Connect with the meaning of that holiday season that you connect with. For me, I connect with Christmas and the birth of Jesus, and that Jesus came to live a life on this earth to grow and be a perfect human, to die for our sins, and be raised from the dead so that we have eternal life. And he took that sin penalty that we deserve because of our sin. And so I celebrate Christmas, and I connect with that meaning for the holiday season for me. So whatever it is for you, connect with that, and make sure that, again, the whole Amazon and making 6 figures in Q4 is not your #1 priority. Family first. Connect with the meaning of the holiday season, and remember what's most important in our lives can give us the right perspective. We want to make sure we have the right perspective, and that everyone around us has no question whether they are more important than Amazon, because they need to be. So that's my bonus tip for you today. And I got a third giveaway for you in just a second. But first, before we do that, I do want to let you know that come January, the returns are going to happen, but that's okay. You get more sales, you're going to get more returns. That's just normal. And a return window is expanding depending on the category. Most items sold between October 1st of this year have a return window all the way to January 31st of next year. So that's 3 months of purchases where the return window will still be open. Amazon does this, and the return policy is extremely generous, but that return policy being so generous is actually what causes more people to buy from Amazon. and what's else are you going to get more sales. So just know returns are going to happen. It's okay if you get a lot of returns, congratulate yourself, because that means you sold a ton of inventory. So that's going to happen. I just wanted to warn you that will happen. But if you set yourself up to have a really good January by continuing to send inventory in to Amazon in late December, then those sales from January are going to compensate for the returns and the money depleted from your account because of those returns. And then when you do get those returns, double check them. If some of them still might be in new condition, send them to Amazon. If some of them might be in used or collectible condition now, because they might have been opened and then returned, if it still works, send it to Amazon in those conditions, and you can get some capital back to spend on other inventory items. All right. Hopefully this webinar has been helpful for you. Following these steps can help you get closer and closer to earning 6 figures in Q4 of this year. And maybe you can have the capital that you make during the first 9 months of 2022. So it will set you up for a 6-figure Q4 in 2022 also. But I want to help you. Speaking of 2022, in 2022, I want to help you. I want to help you in the rest of this Q4 and beyond. And I've got a course for you, and then we're going to go get to the giveaway. The Reseller's Guide to a Year in FBA. It's a ebook and monthly webinar package that will help you. Some of you are already in the group, in the Year in FBA Facebook group, and take the course and come to the webinars. It's a lot like this webinar. Just focus on what you need to know each month of the year. The best items to buy in each month, important Amazon deadlines, the best time to reprice your inventory, how to avoid the summer slowdown in sales, because a lot of times sales in summer are a lot slower. We know how to avoid that. How you can prepare and profit from the major and the minor holidays. Store scale schedules, so you know which stores are going to have sales when. Q4 strategies to maximize your profits. The best time to improve your feedback score and exactly how. How to run your year-end tax reports stuff. Over 240 pages from January to December. There is a chapter for each month of the year and a live webinar recorded each month of the year, walking you through exactly what you need to know. And it's a huge package. I'm actually charging too little for this. I will probably be raising the price sometime soon, but you get some bonuses. First bonus is the Year in FBA exclusive Facebook group where you can share sales and share questions and help each other. It's an awesome group. Another bonus is the FBA notebook. This is where you can jot down your notes, which stores will have certain sales, what things you want to remember next year. It's an amazing tool to help you. Then there's a printable calendar for each year and video training on how to use the printable calendar to make the most. So the Reseller's Guide to Year in FBA. If you go to fulltimefba.com/year-in-FBA, use the coupon code Q4Profits. That's the coupon code just for people who are watching this webinar. You can save $30 at checkout. The current price, $147. That price is going up soon. I'm doing a monthly webinar. I'm spending at least 12 hours a year doing live training and coaching with the webinars and then all the books and stuff. But with this coupon code, it brings it down to $117. But I will be raising the price of this course very soon. So now's a chance to save with the coupon code and save before I raise the price. Reseller's Guide to a Year in FBA. It's something that can help you grow your Amazon FBA business, and you get lifetime updates. You don't have to purchase this again every year. I have people that have purchased this in 2015 that have gone through month by month with me since 2015, and they've been growing their Amazon business, and it's been amazing. All right, we'll get back to Q&A in just a second. I want to do our webinar giveaway number 3, and this one is also a question and answer. So we're going to do another copy of the super sourcing sheet, over 500 online sourcing websites that you can find inventory to buy on Amazon. If you want to check it out for yourself, fulltimefba.com/supersourcing. And here is the question that I have for you. First person to type in the answer wins this. And the question is, what is the name of what a keepograph does during Q4? Here's a hint. All right, Chantel Cooper, Christmas Smile is the correct answer. So Chantel Cooper, congratulations. You're a quick typer because I think you were like the second or third of the last time we did a question. So Chantel Cooper, reach out to me, fulltimefba.com/contact. and I'll get you a copy of this super sourcing spreadsheet with all of the sources of where to find inventory online, or you can find me on Facebook and send me a message, and I'll get you the coupon code to purchase this for free. Anyone else, fulltimefba.com/supersourcing is a great tool. It opens your eyes up. I mean, you know, if you do retail arbitrage, most of the time you just go to a handful of stores. Imagine 500 stores doing retail arbitrage. Well, this is online arbitrage. With online arbitrage, 500 stores to source at. It's just amazing. Opens up so much possibility, and yes, want you to take advantage of that. So be sure to, you know, look into the super sourcing spreadsheet. All right, we're gonna do some Q&A. Again, the coupon code Q4 profits to save $30. I'm gonna go check out my profits. My profits. I'm gonna check out the questions over here. Let's see. Emily says, love your podcast. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. All right. Emmy says, thanks for doing this webinar. Can you talk a little bit about CPC certification requirements? I don't know how to get the certificate for each manufacturer. Yeah, we actually have a podcast on that particular topic, so you can check out that when you get a chance. I can't remember which episode it is, but if you go to fulltimefba.com/podcast, you can see the long version of the short answer that I'm going to give you today. Usually when Amazon asks for a CPC certificate, you know, there's something that they need to legally protect themselves and have on the file to be able to sell this particular item. And Amazon is outsourcing that finding of the document to the third-party sellers. And they're saying, hey, this item is going to be removed from Amazon unless we get this document really quickly. So if you have a relationship with the manufacturer, you can reach out to them and try to ask them for that particular document. If not, you can go to that manufacturer, maybe that brand's website, fill out the contact form and request that document. Sometimes you'll get that. But for the majority of people either don't spend the time to do that and just kind of move on to other particular items and selling other items on Amazon. Maybe, I mean, like there's a certain plush toy that I just don't have the time to search for the CPC document, and so I'm going to sell it on eBay instead because I don't need the CPC document to sell on eBay. And so there's just a lot of different options for you. A lot of times if you don't get them that document, someone else will. So maybe just wait around, maybe bookmark that particular sales page, product page, to go back later to see if it's been reinstated because someone else got them that particular certificate. So there's a lot of different options. But again, the best one is to reach out to the manufacturer and ask it directly. But again, not every manufacturer will reply with that. All right, Cheryl says, can you send inventory now to Amazon, but list them on a higher price so they don't sell out right away? Yes and no. So that you can send them to Amazon now and list it at a higher price. You just don't want to list it too high to trigger a high price alert. And so we're talking about sending in inventory now that will potentially sell at a higher price come mid-November or December. So what I would do is send in the inventory and hit it at a higher price. If you get a high price alert, then just slowly start lowering that price until the high price alert goes away. And then as the price begins to rise, you can raise your price with it. So good question, Cheryl. Emily says, do we have access to Amazon's best sellers for Q4 of 2020? This is my first Q4. So I don't think that Amazon, like you might be able to search Google for a list of Amazon's best sellers for 2020 and find something, but Amazon does not give out that information, but good questions. Don says, Stephen, I see one entry for 0.62% of the buy box and you sold 77 items. Just think if you could get the buy box more often. Absolutely, Don. I've thought about that too. That was an item that was an extremely low sales rank, and there was probably about over 100 people sharing the buy box, and it was rotating. So yeah, I was able to sell 77 items with only getting 0.62% of the buy box, not even 1%, like just over half of 1% of the buy box. All right, Gina says, hi, I will open my seller account this week for the first time. Should I expect a delay from Amazon receiving my first shipment since I'm new? No, if you open up a seller account and you send inventory to Amazon, as long as you do things correctly, there will be no delays. It will go into Amazon's inventory and will go live. If I send in inventory mid-October, how long will it take for them to get it logged in? So right now, Amazon, if you send inventory into Amazon, it could take up to a week or so to get there, depending on where it's going. Some places it's going to get, take a couple days. Sometimes it'll take a week. If you're sending in multiples, not only will it take a few days to get there, maybe a few days to get checked in, but if you're sending in high quantities of items, Amazon will also split those shipments into, it's called transfers, warehouse transfers. And so it could take an additional 5 or 6 days to go live on Amazon. So some stuff will go live the moment it gets checked in. Some stuff will get checked in, but then be transferred to a different warehouse. Like for me, I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'll send inventory to the Amazon warehouse in Fort Worth, the Amazon warehouse in Dallas. Some will go live when it hits that, but some of the inventory will then just be shipped to other places all over the US. Amazon loves spreading out your inventory all over the US because they've got customers everywhere, and they want to make sure that that inventory is spread out based on their customers and the customer demand for that area. So some stuff might go live soon. Some stuff might take the number one thing to do is just send in your inventory as soon as possible. That would be my suggestion. All right, let's see. Sarah says, I also like to get cashbacks with max rebates on any of my Raise purchases. It's usually 2.1%. Oh, that's awesome. It's a good tip, getting cashback on your Raise gift card purchases. So yeah, FultonFBA.com/Raise and max cashback or max rebates gives 2% cashback on Raise.com. All right, let's see what other questions we got here. Claire says, do you recommend sending now and closing the listing until Black Friday or until Q4 sales start to pop? No, I suggest just sending it in, and potentially you might sell it even before then. You never know what other competitors are going to do. They might sell out faster. Again, the word is getting out in the news that there might be inventory shortages come late November and December. So I don't know if you remember at the very beginning of the webinar, I talked about how my Q4 sales have already started. Like the rise in sales for my sales numbers usually doesn't start until after the first or second week of October. It started after the first or second week of September. So my sales are already starting an uptick. And so I believe there's people out there who are like telling people, buy your Christmas presents now. They might not be available come late November or December, which is crazy to think about, but that's the world that we live in right now. So people are already starting to buy. So the prices might be going up a lot faster this year than ever before. Emily says, I heard Be Cool is a bit difficult to get the hang of at the beginning. Do you have a YouTube video or walkthrough filling in the settings? I have your settings. I just haven't set it up the trial yet. It would be nice to follow along your screen while you input. I don't have a video, but the pricing rules that I have is an exact screenshot of how you would be setting up your Be Cool repricing rules. So you just change whatever you see on your screen to match up to be exactly on my screen. I tell you what to enter in. I tell you when to click next or save and what to do so you can get that set up. Excuse me. Sheldon says, do you have to be approved in the toy category to sell toys during Q4? That is not the case this year. Via FBA, sellers are 100% always approved to sell toys during Q4. But in previous years, you could not merchant fulfill toys during Q4 unless you were approved. But this year, 2021, All sellers are allowed and approved to sell toys merchant fulfilled during 2021. Leanne says, do you have any changes in Repricer settings during Q4? No, I do not. I have the exact same repricing rules year round, and it is amazing, and I love it. Let's see, what other tips or questions do you have? If you have any other questions, go ahead and put it in. We're getting close to the end. Sheldon Hancock says, is the super sourcing spreadsheet for Canada too? I mean, I'm not sure if any of the sites are Canada based or if they are US based or what, so I'm not 100% sure. Steven Steinberger says, where do you find the hot toy list? The hot toy lists, usually stores will start carrying those particular like catalogs the closer we get to Q4. Like they'll come in the Sunday mail or the Sunday paper, and most stores will start to carry them, in store when you get closer. So it's just something to be on the lookout for when you're going to places like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Kohl's, places like that, for you to see what they have as their hot toy list. So there's not any like time that it always comes out or a place where you can go and look, but you can just be on the lookout for it when you go to those retail stores. Or even the websites, some of them will say, check out the hot toys for 2022 or 2021. I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, Elizabeth says, is there anything special needed to ship toys that have batteries in the package? Are they considered hazmat? Do they need to be shipped a special way? So 99% of the toys already have batteries in them, and they are not hazmat batteries. There might be a toy that has a hazmat battery. Then if it is, then it will be flagged as hazmat on Amazon, and you'll have to send it in to Amazon a special way by being approved. But 99% of the toys on Amazon just have regular non-hazmat batteries that you can just ship in just like normal. I don't worry about it at all. I actually don't sell hazmat stuff, and I'm actually approved to sell hazmat stuff. It's just not something that I focus on. I find success in other areas. Sandra says, my IPI is below 450, and it looks like my storage limit actually decreased for Q4 from the last quarter. Why is that? Well, Amazon has an algorithm that sees how healthy your inventory was in the last 3 months, and then takes that number and then also looks at how healthy your inventory was for the last 12 months, and then gives you the best IPI score between those two. And so Amazon is just telling you that your inventory is not healthy enough to have a higher storage limit, and that you need to focus on selling items that sell faster, that your inventory items are not selling fast enough, and that you're not restocking the stuff that is selling well fast enough as well. So hopefully that will be helpful for you. Mike says, do you have a podcast episode on creating a multi-pack? No, actually currently Amazon only allows manufacturers to create multi-packs. Third-party sellers have the option to create bundles, which is bundling different like items together. We do have podcasts on bundles, but multi-packs right now, Amazon is only allowing manufacturers to create sales pages for multi-packs. Fernando says, will it lower your score if you do not provide the CPC? I'm not sure what score you mean, whether it's the IPI score or just your seller metrics. No, it just means that you will not be able to sell that item if Amazon removes it from their list of live items for sale. Angel says, what do you do when an item has low traffic? There's a couple different options. You can lower the price, try to get more sales, but of course we still want to make money, right? Or you can put money into it by doing advertising. You can do pay-per-click advertising. Amazon has in their Seller University, they even have some webinars, trainings on how to do Amazon advertising. So you can learn how to advertise on Amazon with pay-per-click. maybe that can help you get more sales for items that are low traffic. Also, do you reduce the price when people are looking at your items but not buying? All I can say is during Q4, lowering the price is something I would never do. Unless you're a private label seller and you're selling an item that, yeah, if you're getting a lot of people looking at it and you have an amazing product page with amazing pictures and descriptive bullet points and a great title and a good product description, if people are still not buying after that, then I would consider lowering the price because that might be the only thing left. Catherine says, does brand ungating matter with toys in Q4? I mean, brand ungating matters all the time. There's certain brands that will allow you to sell their inventory on Amazon just fine, and other brands that have gating requirements, certain requirements that they want their sellers to meet before they are allowed to sell those items on Amazon. There's different ways to get ungated. Number one is just to request approval. A lot of people just see that they are gated or restricted from selling a brand on Amazon and just move on. A lot of times you can get an immediate approval just by the application process, just by showing interest. So applying to sell that brand on Amazon might get you approved to sell it. And then the second way is to purchase a course, something like FultonFBA.com/category approval. I think it's category approval. Will show you multiple ways that you can get approved to sell like toys or certain grocery items or certain topical items, certain brands like that. FultonFBA.com/category approval. You can use the coupon code FT20 to save 20% off of that. It's a course that shows you exactly where to go to buy the items, to get the documents that are needed to get approval, and it includes toys for that. Some of the most popular toys brands are available for that. Richard says, thanks for hosting this webinar and sharing your knowledge. You're welcome, Richard. So Claire says, sorry for the confusion. So we can sell toys, both FBA and FBM, all brands, no restrictions. So you can sell all toys on Amazon during Q4, merchant fulfilled or FBA, if you have been previously approved to sell this. Amazon does not. Amazon has a relationship with each of the brands, and the brands decide who sells their items on Amazon. The brands decide what the requirements are for each third-party seller to sell. Some of them just say, be a seller for 6 months, have 6 months of experience, and then you can sell our stuff. Some say you need a year of seller experience and this certain type of metric, this certain number of feedback or this certain type of return rate or whatever. And so every brand is different. And so there's no way to know for sure, except if you get the documents from the actual brand themselves to get that approval. So hopefully that is helpful. Let's see. All right, a lot of different questions with clarifications about selling toys during Q4. Yes, you can sell any toy in Q4 if you are already approved or get approval to sell that particular toy. Let's see what some other questions we have for you tonight. What happens if I change the Be Cool setting to drastically raise the price once I get in the buy box? Will it only serve to drive me out of the buy box, or will it actually help me increase sales price and not change the time I spend in the buy box? I am not sure. I've never tried that strategy before, so I'm not sure. If you decide to try it, reach back to me and reach out to me and let me know how it goes. Catherine asked a really great question. Other than toys, any other smart Q4 ideas? Obviously, Q4 is a time where toys are like the master. They're the king. They're the ones in charge. They're, the top-notch thing to focus on and sell on. But anything else that could be gift related is going to increase in sales. Anything else that people would buy normally throughout the year is going to be an increased sales. Almost every single category in Amazon has an uptick in sales during Q4 because people are buying online and like, oh yeah, I need to also buy this other thing. I also need to buy some shoes. I also need to buy some supplies. I also need to buy this book that I've been hearing about. And I totally forgot about it until I came to Amazon. So every single category, but especially type gift items, increases in sales, prices go up during Q4. So if you see something that might be a gift item, see if it's selling well on Amazon, check the Keepa data. If it has over a year of data, then you can check to see how it did last year during Q4 and make a good pricing decision. But that's a really great question, Catherine. Let's see. Marilyn says, what do you do when Amazon asks you to lower the price to be featured since they want to meet the competition's price? I mean, you can do that if you want to, and you might get a sale quickly if it's still profitable for you. But again, during Q4, I would never lower my prices during Q4. Jason says, do you have any advice for Ungating in the beauty category? I was told that it's restricted for new sellers, but every time I've sourced beauty products to have the gated lock key. Yeah, also that same link I gave you earlier also has beauty products, topical items, help you with that. FultonFBA.com/category approval is a course that will help you learn how you can get gated for toys and beauty brands and things like that. So check that out, FultonFBA.com/category approval. Let's see. Sheldon says, regarding CPC, you mentioned Amazon only needs one CPC per toy. Therefore, there are current sellers. Why would a CPC be needed? I'm not sure if I understand your question. Every product page on Amazon for certain toys needs a CPC document. If there are other sellers on that document, if there are other sellers on that toy, on that product page, they also received the same request that you did. So they're not just asking you, they're asking every seller for that document. And Amazon will remove that toy from Amazon sales page, product page, unless someone comes up with that document. Okay, let's see. Seeing some questions that are not focused on Q4, and I know we're running out of time, so I want to make sure we focus on those. Another question, trying to get ungated in topicals. Yeah, go check out that link, FultonFBA.com/category approval. Angel says, thank you so much. You're very welcome. Joe says, great webinar. Awesome. Someone said, what's a CPC document? It's I can't remember what it stands for, but it's a document that is showing the safety that a particular toy has met the safety documents, the safety requirements to be sold on Amazon, and that it's a safe product. Let's see. All right, well, we are out of questions, and I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Don't forget the Reseller's Guide to your FBA. The coupon code Q4 Profits is only going to be available for a limited time. Very short time. Save $30 at checkout with the coupon code Q4 Profits. You can get it today, have lifetime ownership in this course, lifetime monthly webinars where we hang out and talk just like this, answer your direct questions about the topic. And sometimes during our year-end FBA webinars, we even go off topic if we have questions. Right now, I just wanted to focus on Q4 because that was the topic of what we're talking about tonight. So FultonFBA.com/year-end FBA. Hopefully this webinar has been helpful for you. For those of you that won the giveaways, be sure to reach out to me. Let me know so me or my assistant can get back with you with your winnings. And it was fun talking about all this tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, you'll get the replay sent to you sometime soon. And I'm going to stop talking so I can stop coughing. I haven't talked this much in a day and a long time. So that's why I'm coughing, if you don't know, just because I'm talking too much. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love you guys. I appreciate you all very much. We'll see you guys on the next webinar. Bye.